What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Derude, coming at you, Derude Guru, episode 3. Today we're talking about mobs, yes. Um, Before we dive into mobs, I just want to update CryptoRaider characters. So the last episode 1 is kind of outdated poorly for two reasons. It's due for a necessary update. So I just want to let you guys know that I am updating the spreadsheet. As of now, so if you go to episode 1 and check out the spreadsheet, it should be up to date. Um, Someone on Twitch showed me a trick on how to pull the Aurum prices, but it's not, of course, it's not working for my video, so we're just gonna have to manually type in the Aurum price for now. Until I can figure out how to get the formula more stable, we're not going to be using import MXL. It just doesn't, it's not working consistently. If it doesn't work consistently, then I'm not interested in using it. I'd rather just manually update the Aurum prices as I go. So until that's fixed, it's not going to be a feature in my spreadsheets until then. But hopefully I can get it sorted out someday. Anyways, one big change that happened is it's something you're gonna have to figure out how you want to approach it. But the drop tables change every time there's a new dungeon. So we got a new dungeon that drops 26 to 28 gear. It is the best Aurum drop in the game right now. But the problem is that it still doesn't drop legendaries, and it drops a range of 26 to 28. So these ranges are obsolete, pretty much, or not accurate, rather. Um, if you go to my Twitch spreadsheet, this is the spreadsheet I use. Okay, it's 26 to 28, right? This is the spreadsheet I use for my Twitch streams. So might be a little bit more up to date than my YouTube spreadsheets, but it's to help get you guys content out faster. Because I could always, this is what I refer back to when I'm doing these videos. So you're kind of seeing what I'm doing in the background as I'm making these. So let's make this simple as I can. Let's just take the average of these two cells. So now for the time being, I can link my formulas like that. So the formula I'm going to be going with is just that plus that. And let's divide that math by 2. That's it. Simple as that. So that should be quite easy to do. Boom. There we go. So now we have updated loot tables for our crypto episode 1 spreadsheet. I'll probably be assigning it a new episode once substantial enough information comes out and changes things. But for now, it's still going to be episode 1. Nothing's really changed except for floor prices, Aurum value, things like that. I'm not going to be. I'll cover update the floor prices in my spare time. But the one thing you need to know is um, prices are correlated to Aurum value. So it's hard to kind of allocate capital based on where Aurum will be in the year from now. It's very speculative. So I think my spreadsheets are still useful to figure out not what the ROI is, because these are highly volatile, right? Like almost a month ago, these were at 100%, but now they're down to even the Gen 4 and 5s, which are the cheapest, they're still down to 77%. But it's still an objective fact that Gen 4s right now, I mean, I didn't update the floor price, but it's an objective fact that Gen 4s right now will have the best rate of investment or return on your investment compared to other generations, with the exception of Gen 1, which I covered in episode 1. So I'm not gonna dwell too much on this, but I'm just gonna let you guys know that there's risks involved when it comes to the instability of Aurum. Let's get into mobs. This is what you guys came for. I'm not gonna be talking about anything else now. Well, except for Aurum prices, because that has on a big impact on our earnings for our mobs. Even if these amounts are dynamic, it still stands that Aurum right now is just very undervalued. You're gonna get very little returns on Aurum, so just keep that in mind as we go forward. But let's get into the spreadsheet. Um, so we're gonna assign a dollar value of the Aurum we were airdropped. Uh, okay. I like this font. Let's zoom in and yeah, there we go. That's much better. So let's assign a dollar value to these Aurum drops we received. I think this was early April. So we're kind of mob owners are kind of overdue. I'll talk about name epics in a minute. But mob holders are kind of overdue for a Aurum drop for this month. We've not received one yet. So that is a risk you have to consider when we're talking about mobs. But I'm gonna be operating based on the current information we have, and um, and that information is that these mobs received this amount of Aurum as an airdrop. So that's the only data I'm working with here. So I mean, if you think it's going to be higher, then what are you doing here? Go well. If you think it's going to be higher, that's fine. This spreadsheet's not really to convince you to buy mobs or not. It's to convince you what mob to buy specifically. So, so now we can assume that we're gonna add annual earnings. So this is the assumption that this is what they're gonna be pulling in per year. Could be higher, could be lower. We don't know. But based on the information I have, this is what we have. Um, so let's grab floor values. I think I should show you how I collect floor data on Opensea so you can update it yourself, so you're not relying on me. It's a simple process though. You grab a fodder, you grab your common, the first two you see. So maybe I scroll down a little bit and see if uncommons are near the floor. Usually they are, it doesn't take long. So then I start filtering by rarity. So I grab rare, the lowest of the flow on each rarity scale. Epics haven't changed much. Yeah, so Ethereum I feel like has an impact on how these are priced as well. So now that we have our market values, so you just put them on the spreadsheet. I like to do them in dollar amounts. I don't want to convert from Ethereum. It does it for me. So you saw me get tied up here. The name epic row. Um, Name epics are pretty unique. A unique collector's item because there's not very many of them. There are very few. I think there's two of each, and there's not very. I don't know how many exactly there are, but I know they're very rare epics. So I'll just put their market value here. So the market kind of perceives them to be a half as rare as a legendary, which I think might be accurate. But we're not. I'm not sure of their earnings potential versus an epic. Um, so it's worth noting that named epics are a thing, but it's not really relevant because I don't know what their earnings potential is at all. For now, it's the same as epics, as far as I know. So now we can calculate our annual percentage rate. Of course, my division's always backwards. There we go. Every time. Take a drink every time I do that, right? Okay, these are not dollar amounts, these are percentages. So let's just convert that. There we go. So this is our annual percentage rate. If you want your monthly percentage rate, that's pretty simple as well. All you have to do is just divide that number by 12. Or you could, more precisely, divide, instead of your annual earnings, just divide it by your dollar value. That works as well. So to get your return on investment, it's just the reverse. Um, you take your market value divided by your annual earnings. So it's quite literally the reverse of your APR. So let's fix this up a bit. Okay, so that's how we get our return on investment. Um, Needless to say that MOBs are a long-term investment. Um, so what would I put the fair value on MOBs? Uncommon, I would say the ROI on a mob is actually 5 years. So the thing that comes close to current conditions is uncommons. So yeah, if you go by the spreadsheet, you're definitely gonna want to buy uncommons. Those are the best value right now. That is if you're looking for value rather than something you want, right? If you want like a fodder hogger, just because you want one, go ahead and buy it. Who am I to stop you? But what is the fair value of based on what the Orum they've received? So I think it's annual earnings multiplied by 5, which is 5 years. This is what I perceive their fair value based on raw data, not market value, not speculative value. I don't do speculative value. I do based on current market conditions, and that's how I value them right now. If you want to speculate and go all in mobs, and maybe tomorrow they announce that uh, fodders earn 1,000 Orum a month, you just pretty much 10x your investment, pretty much, because the fair value goes up by 10x or something like that, right? But based on the current market conditions, we can operate that. Well, you're paying a $20 premium for uncommons, that's not bad. And if you want, I can add a premium column here, and that's just simply this. So that's how much your premium you're paying to speculate on these assets, right? So the one with the lowest premium is what you want to go with. So uncommons are not bad of a purchase either, but you definitely based on reviewing of this information, uncommons are definitely the way to go. But ideally, these monthly APRs would be 2%. But you can mostly blame that on our Orum valuation. So hopefully, the hope is, if you're investing in mobs, the hope is that these monthly Orum drops increase, and that the value of the Orum increases as well. I'm going to mark the value of Orum yellow and obviously the market value yellow. And there we go. So this was kind of a short one. I'm not very complex. I don't want to keep you here forever. That's kind of the short and sweet answer of how to put a valuation on mobs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me any feedback in the comment section. You can also follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. Well, subscribing on YouTube isn't the greatest thing ever. Sometimes things get buried. So the best way to find out when I'm uploading a video is joining my private Discord and following me on Twitter. To join my private Discord, all you have to do is ping me on Discord. I go by Derude. You can find me in the server quite easily. Thank you for watching.